Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Coach Rock here from Revenge Basketball, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to develop a killer crossover. Let's get it. Okay, so the crossover. We all know how common the crossover is in basketball. It's one of the best moves you can do. Some of the most popular moves over time have been different variations of crossovers, from Tim Hardaway's crossover to Iverson's crossover. We know the crossover is a powerful move and a very good move to have in your arsenal if you know how to do it properly. So that's what we're going to be focusing on here today, is nothing more than a basic crossover. Now, my crossover, like my favorite crossover, is the Iverson type of crossover. I think that was probably my best move growing up, and I think it's a great move to have in your game because there's so many things that you can do off of that move, which like hezzy pulls and things like that, or counters after you do the crossover, step backs. Like, there's so many things you can do out of the crossover. We're not going to focus on any of that today because, like I said, in this video we're just focusing mainly on the crossover. So the first thing, I think the main thing that most players don't focus on that they should, if there's one thing that I would say to focus on, would be your extension. Okay, your extension, and maybe two things at once. The extension and body movement, they both go hand in hand here. Like, you can't have one without the other. You can't have good body movement but no extension, and you can't have no extension. I mean, you can't just have extension with no body movement. Those two things go together, and I don't think enough players focus on those two things, the body movement and the extension, at the same time. So first, let's kind of back up and talk about, well, how do we get extension? How do we get the extension that we need? And this is why most players don't get that extension, is because they're not used to getting low when they attack. The lower we attack, the more extended we can get, right? Because if I'm up top, if I'm tall, I can't stretch that far. If I'm lower, I can stretch further. So that's one thing there. To get that extension that we need, we have to get in those positions that we have to get into. So I would say one thing is, like, so one good way to like figure out how extended you need to be is you want this like your shin, you kind of want it to be almost vertical, like, or parallel, I should say, with the floor. So notice that. Now with my crossover, I'm not standing like this, but I just want to have this in my mind because that low. Now, notice, watch this, all right? Look how far I can get with my foot straight. I'll do it sideways. Look how far I can get. But when I turn my foot this a little, look how far I can get. So I can get way, way further. That's one thing you want to keep in mind for the crossover too. When you hit the cross, you're already in this position with your foot kind of open. So it's easier to extend. And now you add that extension with the body movement, and now you got a crossover that makes people move, okay? That shifts people. I would say if you focus on just those two things, you would be able to develop a decent crossover. And then after that, the next important things are how hard you whip the ball. Because if you're just like this, it's not going to do anything. How hard you whip the ball is one. And two, of course, is your setup. Like, if you can't beat somebody off a simple like go like that, they're not going to fall for your cross. But once you've shown that you can beat somebody off that, then they have to react, and then they have to bite on that, where you're going to get them with the cross. So those are the elements to developing a killer crossover. But if there's anything, like I said, that you focus on today, focus on extension first. Just focus on extension first. And then focus on just body movement. So head, to sell the cross, you got to make it look like you're going. You can't just go like this. All right, I have to make it look like I'm going that direction to get the defender to bite on my crossover. If you found today's video helpful and you're looking to take your game to the next level, be sure to tap the link in the comments That'll take you to a page where I show you how you can really become an elite player on the court. If you like the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up for me. Comment below, let me know what else you need help with. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.